the stack of books. It makes sense. Do I look like a dead person? What is this about? Connection between the characters. Sorry, can't speak. I literally cannot speak ever. It's becoming a real issue. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacklenn and I'm very glad to have you. In today's reading vlog, we are going to be reading the books that my husband set for my September TBR in a previous video. So it's going to be a reading vlog involving those books. If you didn't see that video, that's okay. This is the stack of books that we have lined up. So we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings, Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, and then The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. Now, that's a large stack of books. I am not planning on getting to all of these within this video, but I'm hoping to span the vlog over a couple of weeks and get through 2 or 3 of the books in that stack. I have started Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I am on page 98, chapter 13, and so far I am really enjoying it. Not a lot has happened so far. It's just introduced the characters. They've met each other, they've connected, and we're just getting into all the backstory now and what's going to happen moving forward. Obviously, it is a romance, so I'm expecting a happy ending, but we have to get there first. Yeah, so that is the plan for today's vlog. I'm just going to read through the books that my husband set for my TBR. I do say that I'm a mood reader, but I don't really know. I don't really DNF books, and if I have, say, like a goal or a set TBR, I find that I can just pick the one from the set TBR that I'm in the mood for the most and get through it that way. So I'm not 100% sure if I am a mood reader, but I definitely pick the ones that I'm leaning towards the most, or I plan which ones I want to read. Does that make sense? Anyway, that is my plan for this vlog, and yeah, we will see what book I get to next, and you'll hear all of my thoughts and feelings on each book as we go through. No massive intro, we're just gonna get straight into it. I hope you enjoy, and I will catch up with you when I'm a bit further into the books and give you some updates. I realized last night that I never actually told you what Just for the Summer is about, so I'm just going to elaborate a little bit on what this actually involves. We are following the female main character is Samantha and the male main character is Xavier. Xavier is Xavier. Do you say Xavier or Xavier? I think it's Xavier in this. Xavier is a veterinarian and Samantha does something with social media. I'm not too sure. I think it's like social media marketing or something for her sister's business. Samantha is planning on moving to spend some time with her mum. So she's moving away indefinitely to spend time with her mum, who is suffering from some medical issues. So she wants to go and be with her and have some quality time with her mum. They end up meeting because Samantha has a cat and she goes to the vet, and basically they kind of get off on the wrong foot. Xavier is having a terrible day and he kind of takes it out on Samantha, and yeah, they kind of get off on the wrong foot. Anyway, he ends up making amends. They go on a date. They go on a date the night before Samantha leaves. So the night before she flies away in forever. They go on this one incredible date. They have really good chemistry, really good connection. The banter is really funny and really good. And so they go on this one incredible date. Then from there, Samantha basically says to Xavier that she wants him to forget about her and just leave the night as it was. Just let it be a nice memory. She's going to move and go and spend time with her family, and he is just going to continue on with his life. I'm a little bit further in than what I was yesterday. I am now on page 142, chapter 18. It is dual point of view, which is quite nice. I like dual point of view in books. I actually love like multiple POVs. Just switch it up as many times as you need. So I'm 140 pages into this. I am really enjoying it. I think it's really good. Abby Jimenez, she's a stunning author, and while her characters always have flaws, they're not perfect. They always have a few red flags. They always have some toxic behaviors that they are trying to work on, but keyword, the characters are always trying to work on their issues and become better human beings, which is just the point of being a human being, I guess. So she always encompasses, you know, everyone having their flaws and everyone having their issues that they're trying to work on and work through, and her characters always end up having their struggles but becoming better people because of those, and trying to be better people within themselves as well as a partner. So she does write really lovely romance stories. It has cringed me out a couple of times. There was this one moment at the start of the book where Xavier was described as Rhysand from ACOTAR, and it just cringed me out a little bit, but that is contemporary romance for you, I guess. Other than that, I am quite enjoying it. I'm interested to see where the story will go, because, you know, there's going to be some conflicts come up, and I'm only a tiny way through the book, but yeah, I am enjoying so far. So I'll keep reading and update you when we get through the book. I don't know what book I'm going to go into next. I'll have to keep thinking about it. I did have a friend message me saying that she really enjoyed Intermezzo by Sally Rooney and really liked the writing. So I'm intrigued to read that. I just don't know if I'm really in the mood for it. I'm leaning towards The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, but this is a very chunky book, which is quite daunting. How many pages is it? I'm trying not to spoil anything. 562 pages, and this is like the like large paperback that you get in Australia, so 560 pages. But yeah, I am kind of leaning towards this. I do love a fantasy, as you all know. What is this about? Europe stares into the abyss. Plague and famine stalk the land. Monsters lurk in every shadow, and greedy princes care for nothing but their own ambitions. Sometimes only the darkest paths lead towards the light, paths on which the righteous will not dare to tread. And so, buried beneath the sacred splendor of the celestial palace is the secret chapel of the Holy Expediency. What? How do you say that? Expediency? Holy Expediency? Oh my god. I am hopeless. And so, buried beneath the sacred splendor of the celestial palace is the secret chapel of the Holy Expediency. For its congregation of convicted monsters, there are no sins that have not been committed, no lines that will not be crossed, and no mission that cannot be turned into a disastrous bloodbath. Now the hapless brother Diaz must somehow find the worst of the worst to a higher cause, to put a thief on the throne of Troy, to unite the sundered church against the coming apocalypse. When you're headed through hell, you need the devils on your side. Interesting. It's giving like Avengers, like a motley crew chucked together to go on some sort of quest to save the world, which love that. So maybe the devil's next. That could be exciting. All right. Let's keep reading. Okay, hi. It has been a couple of days. It is now Thursday. Do I look like a dead person? I feel like I look a bit disheveled. I feel a little bit disheveled, but that's okay. That's life. We will rise above it. It's a couple of days later. It's now Thursday morning. It's literally 2 p.m. Oh my god, my brain. It's been a big couple of days. I have my grandparents here in town and they are visiting. They have a couple of health issues that they have appointments for and are seeing doctors and stuff for, and they also, unfortunately, their car broke down on the way here, so they don't have a car either, and a lot of the responsibility of driving them around and picking them up has fallen onto me, which is okay because I get to spend a lot of time with them, and Iverson gets to spend a lot of time with her great-grandparents, but it has made it for a pretty jam-packed week and pretty stressful for myself, and I don't think I am the best at handling stress when I get stressed, and my social battery depletes very, very quickly, so I think I'm just, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit, but it's okay. We'll get there. We'll get through it. I finished Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I finished it maybe like an hour ago when I just had 5 minutes to sit down and finish reading, and I really, really enjoyed this. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I think potentially this is my favorite Abby Jimenez book that I have ever read out of the few that I have read. But yeah, I think this was my favorite one. I've just really, really enjoyed it. The female main character, Samantha, I wanted to correct myself from my last clip and say that she doesn't do social media for her sister's company. She does social media for a company completely not related to her sister at all. So I don't know where I got that from, but she does the same job. Like, she does social media and marketing for a company, but it's just not her sister's, like what I said it was. I wanted to correct myself there. I really connected with Samantha. I did find myself actually getting emotional in certain parts of the book. I was tearing up. I didn't have any actual tears, but I was definitely getting like watery eyes and felt myself getting emotional in certain parts because I really connect with Samantha's character and what she and her family are going through. And I don't want to say what the family is going through because I think that could potentially be a spoiler, but what her family is going through and what they are dealing with, I can really relate to in terms of what I am currently going through with my family. So I think the stress of this week plus what I'm going through with my family and then the context of the book was making me feel very emotional and very connected. So I did really, really enjoy it, and I think 4 stars is an accurate representation. I really struggle to rate contemporary romance books 5 stars. I just sometimes, because I love fantasy and high fantasy, the contemporary romance is very mellow to me, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think it's a really, really good one if you do enjoy contemporary romance, and I would definitely recommend. Now I am sitting here trying to pick my next read, and I'm really struggling to pick between The Devils and Time of Your Life. So The Devils by Joe Abercrombie and Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. I am really struggling to pick which one of these I want to read. I think I will really enjoy The Devils. It sounds right up my alley and it sounds really, really good. I think it'll just depend on his writing style and whether or not I connect to the writing style, but yeah, I'm just not sure if I'm in the mood for this chunky, very large fantasy book. Jessa Hastings' new release is only just over 300 pages, so I think I could get through this relatively quickly, and I really do love Jessa Hastings' writing style. I really connect with her writing style. It just makes sense in my brain. It's like it goes in and it just filters in so nicely and makes so much sense to me. So yeah, I think I will really enjoy this, just specifically because I love the writing style, and I might get some good quotes and some good annotations out of this one. But I have to be in the mood to annotate as well, so I'm not sure if this stressful week it's the right time for me to be deeply annotating and analysing a book. Then again, I'm not really in the mood for any of the other books on my TBR at this point in time either, so it really is out of those two that I'll be choosing. I think what I'm going to do is maybe read a chapter or two from both of them and then just go with the one that takes my fancy, and you will see which book I pick coming up, I guess. Holding my hands like this. It must just be a comfort thing for me. I got my nails done this morning. I really like them. I think they look good. I just got black because, I don't know, that's just what I was feeling at the time. It doesn't really make sense seeing as in Australia we're going into spring and summer right now. So black doesn't really make sense, but that's what I was feeling, so that's what I got. It has been a few days. It's now Sunday, and I thought I would finally discuss what Time of Your Life is actually about, because I know I never actually said what it was about, but before I started reading I didn't really know. Now I am currently on chapter 12, page 121. So I kind of know what the book is about now, and I thought we could chat about it. The book is about a girl named Isolde, I think is how you say it, Isolde. There's like a pronunciation guide at the start of the book, so I'll just double check that. Isolde, yeah. And then a boy, his name's Joa. Isolde is a supermodel. She's like the most famous supermodel of the times. I think it's 1995 when the book is set. So she's a supermodel. Joa is a singer in the world's most famous rock band. He's a superstar, and they kind of meet at this party and collide. It's very insta love. They immediately are attracted to each other, immediately have a connection and fall in love. It's very, very fast, but that is on the back of the book. Like, you're told that they fall in love pretty much straight away, and it's like this whirlwind romance. It is definitely giving Magnolia and BJ, like toxic rich people, like toxic traits, toxic relationship, rich people drama, headlines in the news and in magazines, and paparazzi and people following them around and starting rumors and stuff, miscommunication. It is giving all of that. It is very character driven. I don't know if there's going to be much plot. At the moment, it's just kind of following their relationship. There is things happening that they're going places and doing things, but it's following their relationship, just them interacting and what they go through and being as famous as they are. I don't really know how I feel about the book so far. I'm enjoying it. I do think it's feeling a little bit repetitive. I'm only 120 pages in, so that could change. It is feeling a little bit repetitive with the way that the characters talk and the way that they speak. It's kind of the same things over and over again. I really don't think it's going to be like the typical romance story with a happy ending. It's all kind of lining up to not be a happy ending. I'm not as connected to the writing as what I thought I would be. Like, I have tabbed a couple of things, if you can see that. I've tabbed a few things, but I haven't tabbed crazy, which is what I normally do when I read a Jessa Hastings book. I just tab like every other page, basically. Yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll keep reading because I am intrigued. I want to see what happens, and it's pretty short. I'm like nearly halfway now. Also, I did want to let you guys know, and I know this is technically incorrect because in this video I'm reading books that my husband picked for me for my September TBR, and I'm reading the books that he picked. But When I was out and I was getting my nails done this morning, I took my Kindle with me and I was reading, and I started reading The Poppy War. Yep, I did start reading The Poppy War, and I've literally read like maybe 5 pages, already really enjoying it. Like I knew that I would. I knew that I would like it. I did start reading that in my nail appointment and when I was at lunch, because I don't have any sort of other reading vlog organized other than this one. I thought it would be okay if I put The Poppy War into this vlog, because yes, technically I'm reading books that my husband picked for me for my September TBR, and I will continue to do that, but it is also a reading vlog, and The Poppy War was calling my name. It was like yelling out to me. So I thought that I would just put it in here for your benefit, really. So you're welcome. I really honestly don't know what is happening in The Poppy War at the moment. I've literally only just started it, maybe read 5 or 6 pages, but she's like about to go into some sort of test or something, some 12-hour test, and try and be successful in that so that she can escape from her family. But yeah, I'll keep updating you when I get further along. Good morning. It has, again, been a few days. I didn't even grab the book that I wanted to talk about. I'm back. It has been a couple of days since I last spoke to you, and I finished Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings, and I just wanted to chat about it a little bit. I also wanted to talk about the new Dimmicks store that opened up in the town that I live in, which is super exciting. So I did go and visit that yesterday, because yesterday was opening day, and I'll put a couple clips up of that experience. I'm super excited to have another bookstore in the town that I live in, because I don't think we have enough. But yeah, that's super exciting, and it was a really fun outing to go just look at all the books. I did end up buying a couple. I got The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, and I got The Book Thief by Mark Zuzak. Yeah, Zuzak. So I just got up, just got ready for the day. I'm having my morning coffee and we're going to head to the gym soon. But I just wanted to jump on and chat about Time of Your Life, because I did finish it a couple of days ago and I've had some time to think about how I feel about it. I honestly, it was just okay. I don't have any crazy thoughts about the book. I just thought it was okay. So I rated this 3 stars, and as you can see from the tabs, I really didn't tab a lot in the book, which is unheard of for me in a Jessa Hastings book. Like normally I tab every other page, so clearly I was not as connected to the story or the writing as what I normally am, and it felt very repetitive. It was the same conversations and the same scenes, slightly altered, slightly different, but the same thing happening over and over and over again, which is what you get in Magnolia Parks with BJ and Magnolia. But I honestly love Magnolia Parks so much more, and the repetitiveness in those books didn't bother me at all. Like I was deeply invested in their story and what was going on with them. This I just kind of found annoying, I guess is the right word to say. I liked the premise of it. I think it was cool, but honestly it was just regurgitated toxic relationship drama with really famous high profile people. So it's fun, it's rock and roll. I did like the aspects in the book, I'll show you. It's not a spoiler, I promise. In the book, there's like little like newspaper articles of like what's going on with the high profile characters, and I did love those parts. I thought that was a really cool aspect within the book. I love when there's like little graphics or things, you know, if there's a note and it looks like it's written on a piece of paper or things like that. I love the little graphics that they can add into books to make it more exciting. But yeah, I just gave this 3 stars. Nothing crazy. Definitely not my favorite Jessa Hastings book, and I don't know if I'll read on in the series. I did say in my review of this on my Goodreads and my Fable, if you have not read Magnolia Parks and you're thinking about reading Magnolia Parks, this would be a good like short, it's only 318 pages or something like that. This would be a good book for you to get a taste of what Magnolia Parks is about and what it's like, because this is essentially the same concept, like rich people, toxic relationship, doing things to each other to maybe hurt each other or get back at the other one and make them jealous, etc, etc. It's that type of story. So this would be a good taste test if you haven't read Magnolia Parks and you want to see if you like that kind of story. Moving on from Jessa Hastings, I am now reading The Poppy War and The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I've started both of these. I am about 85 pages into The Poppy War on chapter 5. The chapters in this book are ginormous. They're so long, but I am really liking this. It is completely, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not what I was expecting. It's like a college setting. The main character, her name's Rin. She's an orphan from the war, and she has had a pretty rough upbringing with parents. They're not her actual parents. I think she called them aunt and uncle, but I really don't know if they're an aunt or uncle at all. But the people that were caring for her when she became an orphan of war and took her in are really not nice to her and don't treat her very well. And then they plan on marrying her off to a guy that's 3 times her age so that they can get money. So that's their plan. They're planning on marrying her off, and she kind of comes up with another plan to take this test called Akiju. I think that's how you say it. If I butcher any of this stuff, I'm really sorry, but I'm really bad with names and figuring out how things are supposed to sound. She comes up with this plan. She has a tutor that she is quite close with, and she wants to take this test, the Kiju, to see if she can get into one of the top schools in the country to escape, essentially. She studies and studies and studies for years to pass this test and get into a school, and she has to get into the best one so that she can get in for free, because she has no financial access to anything to pay for her schooling. So she must get the best score so that she can go to this big fancy school and train there. That's what she's done basically. She's studied and passed the test. That's all on the back as well, so that's not a spoiler. I'm just starting to like get into the story now of like what's going to happen from here on. She's getting a lot of hate and bullying from the other students in the school. She looks different. She doesn't have the same skin color. She is from the south. She's from a small beaten up broken town, and these kids are from the city and have been training for their whole lives and know how to fight and know all the history and the lore and everything. So she is getting a lot of backlash, and we're just following her, trying to find her footing, and I am really enjoying it. It's really good. I feel like it's pretty fast paced. The chapters are just really long, which makes me feel like I'm reading slower, but I don't think I am. And then The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I am not very far into this one. I'm only on page 17, so I really can't tell you what it's about. I only know what's going on in the story from the blurb, but so far there's a girl and she's a thief. I can't remember her name. Oh no, I think it's Alex. That can't be right. Where did I get that from? It is Alex. I got it right. Go me. So far in this 16 pages that I have read. Alex is running from soldiers or police officers, that kind of security people. I don't know what you would call them. Guards? Maybe that's the right word, guards. She is running from some, I don't even know if they're guards. Maybe they're just like bad guys, like a gang. Anyway, she's running from these guys because she's a thief, and that plane is incredibly rude. Alex has been running away from these guys because she is a thief, and I think she owes them money or something, so they're chasing after her and they capture her to get her to pay up, or they're going to like hurt her, I guess. There's this big kerfuffle, and then she gets pulled up by some guy, the Duke. Don't know who he is. I'm trying to figure out all these characters. There's a lot going on in only 16 pages. She gets pulled up by a Duke, and then he tells them to release her and let her go. It says she's the long lost daughter of the Empress, and she's the rightful heir of the throne. You know, she's running around, they capture her, and they're just about to like hurt her and make her life miserable when this Duke shows up, and he basically says, release her, she's the rightful heir to the throne. She's the princess, we've been looking for her, and oh my god, yay, thank god. From there, I have absolutely no idea anything else what's going on. There's like some other characters that I'm following as well, but no idea who they are. I am going to sit down and read this now this morning before I head to the gym, so hopefully I get a little bit more of the way through it and can update you with more concise, well-educated knowledge of the story later on in the video. I think I'm slightly struggling with the writing style, but I just need to get used to it. I think it's the same as like reading like a Robin Hood book. It just takes me a minute to get used to the writing style, but once I do, I'll be fine. Alright, so we're gonna sit here and read for a bit this morning and see if we can get a little bit further of the way through this book. Spoken to you guys in days, literally days. Sorry about that. I have been here, there and everywhere doing all the things that you do in everyday life. Yeah, I've been slowly making my way through the books, but I honestly have just been avoiding the camera. I don't know why, I just have been avoiding it a little bit, but I'm gonna get over that. I'm gonna move past it, and I wanted to let you know that I am almost done with the Poppy War. I have like 50 pages to go, and I'm about to sit down and finish it off now because I'm waiting for a YouTube video to upload on the computer, and Ivy has gone down for a nap, so it's my perfect opportunity to sit down and finish this book. I'm excited to finish it. I'm excited to see how it all ends because a lot is going wrong at the moment. And yeah, I am really enjoying the Poppy War. It's been a lot more confronting than I thought it would be. It has a lot of confronting and gruesome details in it that I was not expecting, but it is about a war, so it makes sense. It does make sense why those are included in the story, so I am really enjoying it. I don't know if it's going to be as high rated as what the universe expects it to be, because I know there is so much hype around this book and everybody loves it, and I just don't know if I'm there yet. But maybe in the future books it will be, 6-star reads. But I am enjoying it and I'm excited to finish it. I'm excited to see where it ends off, so maybe I'll want to dive straight into the second one from there. But yeah, nearly done with the Poppy War and I'm about to sit down and finish it. I'm so excited to finish it. I feel like I haven't finished a book in like 2 weeks. That's not true, but it just feels like it's been forever. Then the second book that I'm reading, The Devils, I'm actually really struggling with this one. Pretty sure the last time I updated you, I was up to where I'm up to. I'm on page 56 and I have been annotating a little bit of this one. I don't know if you can see that. The tabs are really grey. Like, I have been annotating it a little bit, but I'm up to page 56 and I've considered DNFing it, to be honest. I don't know if I'm really clicking with the writing style. I'm finding it, I don't know, I'm just not finding it easy to read. It doesn't feel smooth in my head when I'm reading the paragraphs and the sentences. I feel like I'm going back over and rereading them because I don't actually understand what has happened or what's going on. But I think I might give it a little bit longer. I might try and get, you know, past the 100-page mark, and if I'm still not clicking with the writing by the 100-page mark, I may DNF it. And it's not because I'm not enjoying it. I am liking the setup of the story and the description of the world and where it all seems to be leading. I am enjoying that, and I actually find it quite funny. There is a lot of humor and funny little witty comments within the dialogue in the story. There's a lot of wittiness and funny comments, and it really is like that Avengers ragtag team of people being put together to try and save the world. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I do think it's fun. I just am not super locked in with the writing style. So I think I'll finish the Poppy War and keep trying with the Devils and see if I click with it, and you will see whether or not I click with it from there. But that's pretty much all my updates for you. Yeah, I'm just about to sit down and finish the Poppy War. Okay, the time has come. I think I'm going to DNF the Devils. I think I'm going to DNF it. I don't normally DNF books. Usually I can convince myself to just keep on reading, see if it gets any better, and just like slowly make my way through it. Yeah, I've only DNF'd 2 other books that I've started reading, but I don't know what it is specifically about this one, because I actually do think the writing is really, really good. I have even been tabbing, like the start of the book, I thought the writing was good, so I started tabbing and annotating. I just, for some reason, cannot take in the story. I don't actually know how to explain it. It's like I have to reread lines and reread paragraphs because I'm like, I actually did not take in what was going on at all. Like, when people are having conversations and dialogue is happening, I am going back to check who said what, because I actually didn't take in what characters were in that scene, or didn't take in what characters were speaking or talking, and I can't see anything in my mind. I'm one of those readers that can actually like see a movie play out in my head when I'm reading a book. Like I can see it all happening, and I am just coming up blank with this. I can't picture any of the characters. I can't picture any of the scene or environment that they're in. I'm just nothing is going on in my brain, and I'm not consuming the story at all. I have reread many pages already, and I'm only at page 73, and I'm just really struggling. So I don't know if I will completely DNF it. Like I think I might soft DNF and maybe come back to it eventually, because I do actually like the story. I just want to be more invested in actually taking it in and understanding what's going on, because there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of moving parts, and I am just not taking it in at all. So I think unfortunately I am going to DNF this. Soft DNF. I may come back to it in the future. So I'm just going to put that back on my cart. But let's talk about the books that I did read within this reading vlog, starting off with Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I rated this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I connected to Samantha, the female main character in this, a lot. I really resonated with her character and what she was going through with her family dynamic and looking after her mother and trying to provide care and be a good human being. So I really connected with her character and thoroughly enjoyed this. The relationship dynamic, Abby Jimenez is really good at making characters flawed and making characters struggle with things and have red flags and some toxic behaviors, but she always makes them work on it within the story and grow and develop as a person and come together with the significant other, whoever that may be in the story. They always come together in a really beautiful and nice way. So I really do like her romance novels. They are really good, and this is my favorite one of hers that I have read so far. So really enjoyed this one. 4 stars. The second book that I read in this reading vlog is Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. I ended up giving this 3 stars, I believe. I'll confirm that. I actually can't remember, but I think 3 stars, like just a straight 3 stars is what I'm gonna give this. This just fell a little bit flat for me. I did say in my review on my Fable or my Goodreads that I think this would be a really good book to go into as a taste test for what you're going to get in Magnolia Parks. If you intend to read the Magnolia Parks universe and those books, Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, etc., if you plan on reading those books but you haven't gotten around to them yet, I think this would be a great taste test for what you're going to get in Magnolia Parks. But I think Magnolia Parks is way better than this. I think this didn't hold the attention to detail that Magnolia Parks does. The writing in this didn't hit the way that the writing in Magnolia Parks does for me specifically. I am obsessed with the writing of Magnolia Parks and the thought processes and how it's explained and described. It's very whimsical, very good quotes, and I annotated and highlighted so many things within those books. This just fell a little bit flat for me. I did annotate a little bit, but it's nothing compared to Magnolia Parks. It's just very toxic relationship, toxic drama, rich people drama. It's a supermodel and a rock star. I usually love Jessa Hastings' writing, but this one and Never are just not my favorites by her. And yeah, I would only recommend this if you haven't read Magnolia Parks and you plan on reading it, but you're not sure if you're going to like the toxicity and the relationship drama that is in those stories. This would be a great taste test. The third and final book that I got to in this reading vlog is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and I kind of eat my words for this book. In my TBR video that I picked this in a few weeks ago, I talk about how I always avoid reading The Poppy War and how I procrastinate it because I know that I'm going to love it, and that's why I procrastinate picking it up. And while I did enjoy this and I did find it entertaining and it's a really good fantasy story, I didn't love it as much as what I thought I would. And I think maybe that's because going into it I had high expectations of me absolutely adoring this book, and yeah, when it started not hitting all the emotions and the feelings and the excitedness that I had going into it, when it didn't meet those expectations, I felt a little bit disappointed in it, I guess. Going into this, I had absolutely no idea what it was about. I don't even know if I've explained what this is about because I started it and I had only gotten like 20 pages into it when I updated you guys. But the story of what this is about follows a young girl, and she is trying to escape her family. She's an orphan, but she is cared for by an auntie and uncle, and they basically use her for child labor, free labor, to run their business. They plan for her to get married off to a guy, so she wants to escape that. She doesn't want to be married off, so to escape her family, she makes a deal with them to complete this test that you have to study basically all your life for, that complete this test, get a scholarship, and go to one of the schools within the country to train and study and become a soldier. So she takes the test and she ends up scoring really, really well and getting a scholarship to a school and going there and training and becoming a soldier. And that is the premise of the story. I don't want to give too much else away because a lot does happen in this book and it follows war and torture, and there's a lot of talk about substance abuse in this and war violence, what people go through in wars, and it has some very confronting things within the story. It's not like a cute little fantasy. It is confronting. It does tackle some difficult topics, and while I thought that was good, it just fell a little bit below what I was expecting. I think I'm going to go with like 3.5 stars for this. I was expecting like a 5-star. I was expecting to be crying, heart-wrenching, ripped out, blah, 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 blah. It has all of those aspects. I can understand why people... Popular. I can understand why people love this because it does have all of those aspects of books that I love as well. It holds all of those things. I just think it was lacking a little bit of connection between the characters. Like, what I'm trying to say is you follow the female main character and she is making friends. She has some bullying that she has to deal with within the school. All of the things that she has to go through to get to where she does shows her character development throughout the story, but it also she has scenes with different characters and different friends or enemies or whatever it is. She has scenes with them throughout the story, and then from those scenes it was described that she was super emotionally connected to those characters, and I just didn't feel that. I didn't think that there was enough connection or depth between the characters because there was no proof to me within the story. She's got these enemies within the school because they're bullying her, but then they go through some stuff and then she's deeply connected to them and they've been through so much together that they're connected and best friends, and it just didn't correlate at all to me. It was just lacking. So 3.5 stars for the Poppy War. I can understand why people absolutely love this, and I am hoping that I will continue the series and maybe the character development and the storyline in the follow-up books to this will be a little bit more up my alley and what I'm looking for in a fantasy story. I did enjoy this. I do think it's good and I can understand why people are obsessed with it, but it just didn't meet my expectations like I thought it would. That is the 3 books that I read within this reading vlog. Unfortunately, not as high rated as what I was hoping for these 2 books especially. I really enjoyed Say You'll Remember Me, and unfortunately DNFing The Devils. That makes me incredibly sad because I was geared up to really enjoy The Devils, but maybe we'll try again at a later date. I do think moving forward that I am going to join the hype train and join everybody else that is reading Alchemize, because it seems like every single person on the internet that is in the book community is reading this book at the moment, and I never read Manacled, so I'm excited to get into this, although it is the biggest book that I have ever seen in my entire life, and I am obsessed with the sprayed edges and the artwork for the cover. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. So this is not going to be in this reading vlog, unfortunately, but maybe it'll be in future vlogs because it will probably take me a year to get through this. It's going to take me a while, but I'm excited. I don't want to leave it too long because otherwise I'll probably never read it. So while there's a lot of hype around it and content being made, I feel motivated to read it. That is why I'm jumping into it, because if I don't, I'll probably never read it because I'll just get too intimidated by the size of it because it is ginormous. That is pretty much all I have for you guys within this reading vlog. I'm sorry that it was not as successful as what I was hoping, but I think we did get through some good books and I had a wonderful time reading them over the past couple of weeks. It has taken me a couple of weeks to get to this point, but yeah, we shall continue in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you dive into some of these books, and if you have read them, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to chat about how you thought they were or how you feel about the books, whether you like them, whether you didn't like them. So definitely leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on these books if you have read them, and let me know what is on your TBR for October going into spooky season. Yeah, let me know what you're reading. If you're reading Alchemize, let's chat about that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more from me. I am absolutely loving it, having a great time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye! I cannot get over the sheer size of this. Look at this. It's nearly as wide as my